The Free Artist Network, an overview. Hello, my name is Krisha Moeller, and I'm the founder of the Free Artist Network, or FAN. I have been working as an art teacher in the Los Angeles area for nearly 4 years now. As an art teacher, I have unfortunately been a direct witness to the crippling crisis facing arts-based education in the United States, and I have personally seen this negatively impact the success of my creative students. I created FAN with the intent to help address the prevalent gaps in the educational needs of art and music students worldwide. The problem. Unfortunately, art programs are still perpetually being cut in public schools or else severely underfunded. One of the results of this trend is that much of the diversity in art courses that many of us were lucky enough to grow up with in school is now being eliminated for our own children in an effort to save on money, resources, or labor. For example, when I was in high school, I remember having the option to take classes in photography, fine art, animation, graphic design, ceramics, and even web design. However, as ever worsening educational budget cuts are continuing to impact arts programs throughout the United States, many public schools are now replacing these course catalogs with just one class, often just dubbed art. This one course is usually either a fine art course or else a general art course, which means it is essentially a sampler platter of the various semester-long art courses that used to exist as options for students and which is intended to replace. Schools then often mandate that all students take this one general art course in order to meet their VPA, or Visual and Performing Art credit requirements, as mandated by most states to meet graduation requirements. You can see a similar trend taking place in music programs in public schools, in which classes for various instruments are now being replaced with one class for one instrument or a singular general music sampler platter course. The result of this new national trend is that most of our creative students are no longer getting the option to take full art courses in the specific creative subjects that they're actually most interested in pursuing. Not only does this tend to significantly disengage creative students in public schools, but the students coming out of the general art courses in public school programs rarely have enough experience or instruction in these specific forms of art to build useful portfolios that they could use to successfully apply to college art programs or to get work in the field. So in short, when art programs struggle in public schools, it is oftentimes our most in-need and creative students who tend to follow. How we address this problem, our products and services. FAN is a public e-learning platform that focuses exclusively on delivering arts education to students in the creative fields of graphic and web design, fine art and photography, animation and games, music and dance, film and theater, and literature. Think of FAN a bit like Khan Academy, but geared just for the arts. In short, the goal of our project is to build a more stable bridge for students between public art education and the contemporary creative industries that they wish to enter. To accomplish this, we assist contemporary industry artists in constructing engaging instructional content like online art curriculum, online art courses, art tutorials, educational interviews, and art lesson plans. Then we use our public e-learning platform to deliver this instructional content to creative students in underfunded art education programs around the country. We also support students in developing portfolios in preparation for college art programs or creative careers. How we differ. Although there are other online art education platforms in the market in the form of tutorial subscription services like lynda.com or Skillshare, most of these online courses were designed to be geared more towards professional adult artists and not for students. Those courses that can be utilized for students are typically shorter and designed for more extracurricular or outside of classwork learning, meaning that students do not get high school credit for the courses. Additionally, some of the online courses require software or equipment not provided to the students, so the accessibility of these courses for students of lower means is a concern. Now, there are also learning management systems, or LMS platforms, that better serve K-12 and college environments, like Moodle or Blackboard. Additionally, online curriculum companies exist that offer online course programs to K-12 districts and college programs, like Edmentum Sensei and BrainHoney. However, these LMS platforms do not offer services that best support teaching the visual arts, and these curriculum companies typically offer very few to no art courses. In fact, according to one of the staff members from such a comparison company who I spoke to just recently, art courses are still the hardest to come by for most online curriculum providers. In contrast, FAN's LMS platform and online curriculum focuses on providing online arts courses geared towards public school students. Our courses are semester long for more in-depth learning, and they are A through G approved, meaning that students can actually get high school or college credit for taking the courses. Finally, we attempt to offer accessible versions of all courses, meaning that the instruction relies on free or inexpensive software and equipment for the sake of the students. Who we serve, our customers. We sell our online art course curriculum directly to public schools and colleges, or to third-party online curriculum providers to add to their existing course catalogs, which in turn are made available to schools and colleges. Our teachers can also purchase our online art curriculum independently for use in their own classrooms to help facilitate a flipped classroom learning environment. And finally, students can pay to access our online art courses to learn independently outside of a classroom environment if needed. Our plan: online arts and music curriculum. FAN is currently approaching industry artists and studios because we are seeking licensing agreements with them to support our project. We would like to work with one or more of your studio's artists to help us build a full semester online arts or music course for public high school students in grades 9 through 12. So how will this work? Firstly, we will need permission from your studio to work with one or more of your artists to assist us in building instructional content for this course. This artist or artists would essentially be the teacher or teachers of the course, meaning that they would be the stars of any video demonstrations or recorded lectures that would be part of the course. Our job is to help the artists organize their knowledge and the recordings into an A through G compliant online art course. Why we need your involvement. Student engagement. We feel that it would be more engaging and exciting for high school students to learn the arts if they got the opportunity to learn directly from artists who have actually worked on real-life projects that they are familiar with or are fans of themselves, such as animated television shows, movies, games, albums or records, books, fashion labels, or products. We would like to record a studio tour as well so students get the feel or experience of being in a professional studio environment. Our goal for doing this is to engage students with the arts and to inspire their interest in working within the creative industries. Industry connections. We would like to show public school students how creative work is actually done in the industry or on the job. We feel that this would help students produce much better portfolios out of their coursework, so they will have a much better chance of being accepted to college art programs or finding work following graduation. Our mission to better prepare students for the jobs that exist in contemporary media fields will benefit studios in the long run as well, since these graduates should require less on-the-job training after being hired. How this will work for you. Licensing agreements and royalties. Ideally, we would like to work with artists who have been directly involved with projects that younger persons would be familiar with, so as to better engage this age group with the instruction. In accordance with our desire to engage students, we would like to showcase samples of images, character turnarounds, storyboards, product templates, music scores, sound and audio files, writing samples, and screenplays that the students might recognize. In short, we feel that it would be much more meaningful and memorable for students to learn, for example, the concept of squash and stretch in animation by seeing it applied to a character that they are actually familiar with versus just a made-up example. Naturally, we understand that this will involve us needing to seek a licensing agreement with your studio in order to obtain permission for us to utilize such instructional imagery, which might display some of these copyrighted titles, characters, or media to the students taking our classes. Note that in addition to model or media releases, we may also need to obtain location releases in order to film studio tours to be used as part of the course material. As part of the initial terms of such a licensing agreement, we are prepared to pay your studio royalties of 15% of the proceeds from the profits of the sales of any such courses which reference your studio's projects, characters, or other media. We will also pay the artists who contribute custom instructional media to our project an additional total of 50% of the proceeds from the sale of the course. If instructional media from more than one artist is required for the course, then this 15% of proceeds will be distributed amongst them based on their contribution to the course. The artists will also be paid an additional negotiated fee in return for their time assisting us with building the instructional media for this course. Naturally, all contracts and agreements will be subject to negotiation. On a final note, we wanted to offer both the studios and the artists that we work with on this project an alternative royalties agreement to support a social cause or charitable program. In short, we are offering studios the option to donate either all or a portion of their proceeds from the sales of this online arts course to any charity or nonprofit organization or project of their choice that works in some way to benefit arts education, such as Americans for the Arts, the National Art Education Association, the National Music Education Association, or even the Ask the Artist Project, which is already sponsored by FAM. We can also donate all or a portion of your royalties on your behalf to various arts and music teachers in need of art supplies, instruments, and instructional materials through Donors Choose. If you would like to contact me for more information, you may do so using the following information as listed here. Note that you may also learn more about the FAM Project's business strategy and watch interviews with art and music students by watching my other videos. Thank you for your time.